Hello, Chip GT here, and as of this video, I am no longer making a budget build cabinet. I mean, I'm gonna try my best to get you the budget prices for some of the things I'm about to do to my cabinet, but as of putting the artwork on the cabinet, that series is now over. Instead, I'm starting a new series that is all about putting the finishing touches on my cabinet and is in alignment with my new goal of having a completed, reasonably affordable, standalone virtual pinball cabinet that is playable at Pincinnati December 1st through 3rd, 2023. I also want to briefly talk about Scorbit and how you can challenge me to a game of pinball. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and coin in and push that start button. Have you ever wanted to compare your high scores against me and Sid 480? Or wished you could find more pinball locations near you? Or have a way to follow other Vpin wizards and challenge them to a game of pinball? If so, then I highly recommend you click on the link below and try out Scorbit. This may sound like an advertisement, but this is 100% free and it is a complete game changer in the way that you play pinball. I've actually been giving you my username for the past 22 videos. It's Chip GT. Sid's is Sid 480. When you look for Chip GT, it'll probably just say Chip. That's me. You can even look up Vpin Wizardry as a venue to see what tables I'm currently playing. Best of all, even if you don't have Scorbit enabled on some of your Vpin tables, you can actually take a screenshot of your high scores for a Vpin cabinet and share them out with the whole community. I want to give a special thanks to MPT3K for making a very useful tutorial on how to get set up and running with Scorbit. The only thing that he doesn't mention is while you're setting up your account information, you want to set it to public. There's an option to go public or private. Just when you go public, make sure you don't put in your address. That's more for like businesses. But if you want some of your family and friends to download Scorbit and be able to play your tables on your cabinet and keep track and play with you, you have to set it to public. If you set it to private, you will be the only person who can log into Scorbit on your machine. As of right now, there's only 4 tables that are Scorbit enabled, and this truly does make it feel like a real pin, just like you would see on a Stern with the scanner tool and all that. Only this doesn't just work with Stern, this works with all pinball machines. I'm talking all real pinball machines, all virtual pinball machines, and everything in between. So the more people who use this tool, the more tables will be enabled in the future. So please go check this out. It's really easy to set up. You may already have tables that support it, like Guardians of the Galaxy, the Munsters. Even if you don't have those tables, you can still use Scorbit with your virtual machine. Just take a snapshot of your high score and it will instantly send it to all your friends and family, and it'll let them know, hey, look at my high score, see if you can beat it. I would love to see some of you guys sending me your high scores and challenging me. Sid and I are always down for some friendly competition. So with that, please check it out. I highly recommend it. Total game changer to the way you currently play pinball. Now, on to my new goal. Previously, I was building my machine to be in competition with Sid over a build versus buy cabinet. And when you go about building a cabinet with that in mind, you start thinking, maybe I want to add this. When you start building up something that's called engineering creep. And while engineering creep is good because you want to tack on more things, it really pushes the design and the layout of everything that you want to do way out. So after I got the artwork on, I kind of looked back at what my initial plan was, and I was like, man, I added on a bunch of extra lights. I did all kinds of extra things in between, you know, the various episodes that I said I was going to do, and I ended up growing this big tail of creep. So I've had to kind of define my goal, and once again, it is to build a reasonably affordable and complete standalone Vpin cabinet to take to Pincinnati December 1st through the 3rd so that other people can play and experience it. Now, With that, there's two main points to this gold. One, it has to be completed. And when I say completed, what I mean is it should look and feel like a real pinball machine if it were standing next to a pinball machine. And in order to achieve that, I've got to get a PC in there. I've got to put glass on there. I've got to make the buttons light up and work with DOF correctly. I maybe get some apron instruction cards, and then I've got to get the audio amp and a subwoofer in there. The other point is budget out the creep. I'm not saying I'm never going to do these things. What I'm saying is the cabinet is in a state where if I added these things, or if I had time to add these things, great, but it's coming last. And with that, that is the CSD expansion board, the chime array, the 5-inch bell, a motor, maybe a fan, and extra flashers at the top of the back box. So, how are we going to get there? Well, I put together this roadmap to Pincinnati. In July, we're going to be covering a lot of the finishing touches. In August, when the back to school sales are going on and the computers are a little bit cheaper, I'm going to do a what to build, what to buy, how to mount it, how to cool it, and an install. In September through October, this is where I'm planning on adding some creep. However, if I run into any issues, the September to October timeframe is going to be more of trying to catch up, and I need to get more tables in there that people will recognize. I've got a lot of artwork now, and some of that artwork I don't have the tables for, so I want to get those on there. I got to get the artwork for those tables in the software up and running, and then hopefully I'll be at a good point where in October, November timeframe, this is where we're going to do our real versus virtual, I guess, pin-off, if you will, where I'm inviting some people from the real pin community that Mark is friends with who don't have virtual pinball machines. We're going to spend a day at my house doing virtual pinball, and then a day at Mark's house doing real pinball. So this way they can see just how far virtual pinball has come, and you know, the cost that's associated with building your own versus buying your own versus buying a real one from Stern, Jersey Jack, or some of the other guys. Then beginning of December, Pincinnati. I will be there in person. I'm hoping to be, you know, able to play some tables, but I know that a lot of people are going to have questions as to how this works, and I'm going to be at the cabinet just kind of showing it off, maybe do like a little meet and greet, and you know, you can come out if you're in the area, you can come out and you can meet me. So this is the roadmap. I'm hoping that we'll be able to stay on course for this for the rest of the year, and you'll have to stay tuned to see what kind of hiccups come our way. But in July, we're going to start the finishing touches. I'm going to take this last week of June off to kind of get prepared and do some research, get in touch with some glass companies and things like that. So no video next week, but we're going to hit July running hard. All right. So thank you everyone for watching. If you learned something from this, please give it a like, please subscribe, share it with your friends, share the Scorbit information out. I'm hoping to get some challenges from some people in the near future, and I'll see you in the next one.